Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over my final team selection for Game Week 4 and also my thoughts on the injuries that we've had during the international break, how it affects certain teams, all that stuff. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment, what are the plans for your team for Game Week 4, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, just going to do a quick recap on how my team is looking for Game Week 4. I have already made 2 transfers last week during the international break. I have taken a -4, but either way, I've already gone over those in a previous video that we uploaded last week. Either way, though, in goal, we do have Henderson, who has Leicester at home. I'm only going to have the Crystal Palace goalkeeper for 2 more game weeks because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be wildcarding in Game Week 6. So I'll be getting rid of him before he takes on Everton away. But Leicester at home, Man United at home. I'm hoping for 1 clean sheet out of those 2 home fixtures. Again, more likely to be this week against Leicester, but you never know. Did play really well against Chelsea. I think he was the 2nd highest scoring keeper in Game Week 3, actually. And he's one of the better goalkeepers to own this week as well. Obviously, you've got players like Alisson that's the best player to kind of own this week. But in regards to like cheap sort of goalkeepers, I think Henderson's probably the better one to have. But either way, Leicester at home for Henderson. At the back, we've got Trent, who's got Forest at home, played really well over the international break as well. So I'm expecting him to get something against Forest. Obviously, as a Forest fan, I would love for us to win like 3-2. Don't think it's going to happen, but I think Trent's going to do probably numbers against us in that home fixture. Also got Robinson, who's got West Ham at home. And then I've also got Porro, who's got Arsenal at home as well. Yeah, so the defense look okay this week. I mean, with Porro, I was having to play him anyway because I just don't have any other defenders to play. On my bench, I've got Ben Mee, who's not really a playing player anymore. Seems to have lost his spot. And even if he was, he's got City away, so I wouldn't be playing him regardless. And then I've got Johnson, who's got Brighton away, who again also would expect him to get loads of minutes this season because that's the reason he went from West Ham to Ipswich. But I don't know, he's in a bit of limbo at the moment. He's either getting played or not, so he's not really an ideal player to have in my team or even on my subs bench, really. But yeah, I'm going to be playing Porro. Now, with the injuries to Arsenal that they've had, I think Porro is a little bit better of an option now. Obviously, Ødegaard's out for like 3 weeks, maybe. Rice has got the red card. He can't play in the North London derby. So they've lost their spine, really. Like, Ødegaard and Rice are 2 huge players for Arsenal. And so their attacking threat's obviously a lot lower. I think as a Saka owner, I'd be a little bit worried because a lot of the kind of chances that Saka gets are through Ødegaard or through Rice. So, yeah, as a Saka owner, I would be a little bit worried. I've obviously gotten rid of him now for Salah, but at the same time, those Arsenal injuries and the suspensions have not come at a good time, especially with the North London derby. Plus, it is at Spurs as well, so yeah, you never know. Porro might snatch a cheeky assist or even a goal, fingers crossed, in that fixture. But yeah, all in all, the defence and the goalkeeper, they don't look too bad. In midfield, we've got Diogo Jota, who's got Forest at home, Eze, who's got Leicester at home, Rodgers, who's got Everton at home, and then Salah, who's got Forest at home as well. So that is my triple Liverpool there, Salah, Jota, and Trent. I think arguably the best 3 players to own. Maybe out of Jota, you could go Diaz, you could maybe go double defense, but I'm very happy with the 3 that I have. I am expecting them all to play. I know that Jota's minutes are obviously a little bit worse than Salah's, but they're about the same as Diaz's. So yeah, I'm only going to have him for a couple more game weeks anyway. I'll definitely be getting rid of him for probably Mbeumo on my Game Week 6 wildcard, even though they have Wolves away that week. But yeah, Jota, who's got Forest home, Eze, Leicester at home again, really nice fixture. I'd be like and ahhing about keeping Eze on my Game Week 6 wildcard because they've got Everton away, then they've got Liverpool, but then they've got Forest away. The fixtures aren't too bad for Palace, but at the same time, he's on penalties. He's 6.9 mil. He's such a cheap option. I mean, after that Liverpool game, they're actually not too bad. So he's not a player that I'd be like immediately wanting to get rid of, but there's only so many midfielder options. And if you're going to want to bring in somebody like Palmer and obviously Salah and all these different players, you need enablers as well, like Rodgers and Smith Rowe or Minte or players like that, then you're going to have to take a sacrifice somewhere. So will Eze be in the team on my Game Week 6 wildcard? It's hard to say, but as of right now, he is on my team, and he's obviously got 2 pretty nice fixtures coming up, and on penalties as well. I am currently playing Rodgers over Smith Rowe. He scored a really good penalty in the international break, and as well as that, got that brace as well. So his confidence is going to be a lot higher. It would be great if he was on penalties. Would be insane. I don't think he's going to be, but a 5 mil playing 90-minute player who's attacking and on penalties would be pretty good. And then Salah also, Forest at home. yeah, I just had to have him in my team. He was killing me every week not having him. I have taken a hit for him. A lot of people are like, I wouldn't take a hit for Saka out for Salah, but at the same time, you know, as I've just said, Arsenal's attack is a little bit worse for wear now because of the loss of Odegaard and Rice, especially for Spurs. They've then got City as well. I 100% like, that's why I did it anyway. Obviously, I did Isak and Saka out for Salah and João Pedro. I really am expecting them to outscore Saka and Isak plus that -4 as well over the next couple of weeks. So I'm not really too worried about that. I think they'll get a lot of big chances. You know, they've got Forest at home and then obviously Ipswich at home for Brighton. So I'm absolutely fine with that transfer, and I didn't really want to take a -4 this early, but sometimes it's got to happen. And like I said, I need them for those next 2 fixtures. And then when my wild card comes around, I can then decide whether I can get rid of them or not. But either way, that's the midfield. And then up top, we've got Muniz, who's got West Ham at home, which again, hopefully finally gets some sort of return. He has had a price rise and he's obviously gotten so many chances, but he just cannot find the back of the net. So hopefully for the last 2 fixtures that I own him for West Ham and Newcastle, he can do something. Haaland is my current captaincy. Brentford at home is a really good fixture. Again, it's between him and Salah this week. I'm always going to go Haaland over Salah if they've both got really good fixtures. And I think Forest are better defensively than Brentford. Like, we've actually been pretty solid at the back so far this season. And even though we are going to Anfield, obviously Liverpool are incredible favourites for that game, I still think we will put up a... Hopefully, again, I'm not going to eat my words here. Maybe it's biased because I'm a Forest fan. But hopefully we are going to put up a better display defensively against Liverpool than Brentford will against Haaland. But either way, I feel like I needed to own both of them regardless. And then obviously Salah will be my captaincy next week when he's got Bournemouth home. Even though Haaland could easily do numbers against Arsenal, I think you just kind of play the fixture there. And then I've got João Pedro, who's got Ipswich at home. So that's what the starting 11's looking like. João Pedro, just a quick... obviously talk about João Pedro with his minutes and stuff. He did go join Brazil in the international break. He played 45 minutes and he actually came back. Like, his flight was like a couple days ago or something like that. So I'm not worried about his minutes at all. If you are thinking about bringing João Pedro in, I wouldn't be worried at all. He's going to have a lot of rest. He's going to be able to take part in training and stuff like today and tomorrow or whatever. So not worried about that at all. And then on the bench, we've got Ward, who's got Palace away. Not going to be a playing goalkeeper then. Then Smith Rowe with West Ham at home. Johnson with Brighton away. And then Ben Mee with City away. So really it's between who I play out of Rodgers and Smith Rowe. I get a benching dilemma every single week. Again, right now, I'm just going Rodgers just simply because Everton haven't been good this season. He's got 90 minutes in him, has played really well over the international break, scored that really good penalty as well. So that's why I'm going over Rodgers. I also don't like playing triple Fulham as well. It's just not really something that I'm kind of okay doing. But that's what the team kind of looks like. Obviously, talking about transfers and stuff, I'm not going to make another transfer this week. But this is how it kind of looks like right now. I've got 1.7 mil in the bank. So when I do need to use that on my wild card, it will be nice to already kind of have that. I'll probably be getting rid of certain players on my wild card as well. Like, obviously, I'll be getting rid of me. Maybe Robinson, Johnson I'll be getting rid of. I'll probably keep Porro, even though he's got United away in 6, but they've got some pretty nice fixtures after that, so maybe I keep him, I'm not sure. I'll be getting rid of everybody like Smith Rowe, Jota, Muniz, probably João Pedro. Like, it will be a massive overhaul of the team. I'll be getting rid of Henderson as well, so I don't think I've ever had such a massive change in my team on a wild card, but that's what it's there for, so you can make unlimited transfers. Talking about international break though, the main things obviously are players such as Konza. Konza's quite a big one. He did come off injured in that second fixture for England. The manager did say that he looked okay, or that it was okay, you know, relatively okay or something like that after he came off, so I wouldn't be too worried about it. I think he probably will still play, but at the same time there is always that. It's just annoying having that injury that potentially could affect his minutes. I don't know if he's flagged on FPL or not, so he's not currently flagged on FPL. He's still absolutely fine, but either way, should be okay. Obviously, if you have Odegaard, he's out. I just have to get rid of him. There's a lot of really good options you can bring him for Odegaard. You can always downgrade him to a Eze or a Mbeumo or something like that. Probably more so Eze because he's actually got nice fixtures. Eze, like Mbeumo's game week 6 territory in my opinion. And there's not really any other major injuries. Like I said, I've already spoken about João Pedro. I think his minutes will be fine. Other players that went over an international break as well should be all fine. There's not been any crazy injuries, to be fair, from what it looks like. Like I said, the main one was Odegaard, which does hurt Arsenal, and which is why I feel a little bit better playing Porro this week, just simply because that. But I have to play him anyway, so hopefully he can get me something. I think he's going to be a bit of a differential this week as well, because nobody's really going to be playing against Arsenal at home unless you have to. But yeah, I think that's the major kind of talking points over the international break. We'll obviously do our deadline stream Saturday morning, but that's going to be everything from me for today's video. If you enjoyed, drop a like. Let's try and hit 50 likes. Leave a comment. What is your team looking like for Game Week 4? Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell. It's everything from me, though. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the deadline stream on Saturday. So until then, have a great one, and peace.